Welcome back to an episode. We are again somewhere in a complex. It's on IT with the Overlord mission. And this is the Atlas station that we are at. Now we have to follow the path of dead people and bypass an Overlord door. Thank you. Look at that. So... damaged machine. Okay, so the AI opens up all the doors for me. Something's weird. It wants us to be there.
TheNefari. Archer log 155.2. For years, my brother's condition has been a handicap. That changed today. His autistic mind is the breakthrough I've been looking for. He can communicate with the geth. Such a tremendous grasp of mathematics. It seems serendipity is alive and well in the 22nd century.
Interesting. Wait a minute. Okay, so I can activate and deactivate the light. Ah, that's nice. Let's just keep it active so I can see better. That's probably another way forward. Okay, it doesn't break. There's breakable glass and there's unbreakable glass. That is unbreakable. So the thing is, if you interact with that, it opens up the wrong door. Okay. So you're really getting led through all of this. It's only one way forward. Very creepy. Wait. There was something. Is this some kind of lottery? What are we doing here?
Archer log 157.8. Unless he sees results, the elusive man is shooting us down next week. I have no choice. I'm going to tap David directly into the geth neural network and see if he can influence them. The danger should be negligible. David might even enjoy it.
Okay. Good. We don't know if he actually enjoyed it or not. At least we got some credits. It's the only good part about it. That's the thing about enjoyment of other people. You don't know what they want. Lab elevator, 7th floor. This is what we have to call, right? Anything else here? No. No. Okay. So that's the way forward then.
Arriving at level 2. Arriving at level 4. Arriving at level 6. System malfunction.
We haven't heard anything.
Arriving at level 2. Arriving at level 4. Arriving at level 6. System malfunction.
Okay. How often do we have to...
Arriving at level 2. Arriving at level 4. Arriving at level 6. System malfunction.
Okay, I cannot get the elevator to level... Oh, what's this? Begin decomposition simulation.
Resetting elevator.
How does that work?
Arriving at level 2. Arriving at level 4. Arriving at level 6. System malfunction. Arriving at level 2. Resetting elevator.
Okay, so there might be some kind of puzzle that we have to do in order to get this one. What is this one? Level 3 access required. It's also another 0 over here. Almost as if the whole thing is a code. How does that work?
Arriving at level 3.
Ah. So this is the only 3 that we have. Moon console. What the?
Arriving at level 2.
Oh, so this one goes down 1 and this one goes up 3. Very interesting.
Arriving at level 5. Arriving at level 4. Arriving at level 3.
Oh, wait a minute. I actually messed up right now.
Arriving at level 6.
So there are different...
Arriving at level 5. Arriving at level 4.
Okay, so there are different ways of getting that done. Either you use the console up here twice and this one here. Once it's 4 in order to get another 3 or whatever. And in this case, you can also reset it if you want to, but...
Arriving at level 7.
Okay, there are different ways to do that. But you have to do this one here at least once. That doesn't look too good. Okay. Now we have geth.
They got Codex Communications. I've got him. I'll kill you all.
So, which one do I actually want to fight right now? Maybe I should fight these ones first.
Come on over. I'll destroy you.
Nice.
Tag.
My name was again. Perfect. What is that light? That must have been the prime. Okay, wait a minute. Can you actually interact with any other of those computers? No. That one is just there for dialogue reasons. None of the others tell you anything. Good. So yeah, anything that has a number on it can be used in order to control the elevator. That one here, very important. That goes up by 3. Then 2 times this one. And you're good. I think. So, move to floor 1. I think this is our exit. That was creepy. Just a little bit further up and we would be crushed. Okay, good. The thing is, there are too many geth around and I didn't want to get any closer to this console over here. There's definitely a fight happening. Oh, look at this.
Now what's this?
Heavy skin weed.
Decelerator offline. Serious injury may occur.
That's an interesting one. We got some palladium, yes. And we can hack that console? Right. Let's do this though. Okay, so we are looking for that one. Then we are looking for double whatever. Where's the double whatever? Okay, this is the double whatever. Then we look for diagonal blues. Diagonal blues. I don't see any diagonal blues so far. This one. Okay, somehow it opened up the door. Creepy. Can I start that recording again? No, I cannot. Like, you enter the room and something plays and yeah, you really have to listen. You cannot just restart the whole process. So thank goodness we have captions. Text that gets played. Wait. VI server console. Looks like this is the door for it. Maybe I have to get to the other side here first, but something's weird. Can't really destroy the glass here. Or maybe that's the wrong door. Exactly. Maybe it's the wrong door. Okay, so they really want to point me in here for some strange reason, but why? The VI was pointing me here. So something is weird.
Get ready. I wouldn't be surprised if this button summoned a Reaper.
That is cool. That is awesome. That could be a special superpower, actually. That little side mission is... There's also a little song playing, a little creepy. Is this another one? No, it's still the same one. And we got it. Oh, wow, there's so many. Nah, I suspect this one. Wait a minute. Everything looks... Maybe this is the geth experience, but look at this. We don't really see humans. Anything that can be interacted with is like almost non-existent. The only thing that does exist is the terrain, the surrounding. Maybe a core. That has the same color as our surroundings.
Square root of 906.01 is 30.1. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2.
Time on this project is running out. There are no options left. How to get the geth's attention.
The robot says hello.
Eureka, David. You're a miracle worker.
Disturbance in the force. And another one. Find Palladium. What is that?
David, I want you to order the geth to take a step forward.
How does he do it?
David is a mathematical savant. His autistic mind can interpret the geth language at its most basic form and mimic their phonetics, with his photographic memory cross-referencing the meaning as a snap. He's literally a human computer.
And you think he can interface with the geth's neural network?
I do.
Is that even safe, Doctor?
I see no harm in finding out.
Interesting. get. It's a waste of ammunition.
Square root of 906.01 is 30.1. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2.
David, can you repeat my notes from Thursday's experiment?
Square root of 918.09 is 30.3.
David, please pay attention.
Loud. It's getting loud in here.
I'm sorry, you didn't deserve that. Would you mind repeating my notes from Thursday's experiment?
Log 137.3. The experiment yielded no discernible patterns of geth obedience. End dictation now, David. Hell, the elusive man will have my head for this.
Thank you. And how are you feeling today?
Square root of 924.16 is 30.4. Earplugs would be good.
It's actually very interesting that they say numbers and square roots all the time. The thing about the square root is that, well, a root, it could be either, well, could also be a negative number if you really want to, but if you square something, it usually ends up as a positive number. And getting the square root is kind of that. So you end up with less information in the system if you do any squaring or like square rooting information. So it's actually quite interesting. But the thing is, if you do a square root, you actually get rid of a matrix, right? You simplify a matrix with this. A matrix is usually like a square kind of thing. If you do a square root, you make it linear. Therefore, put it into a single number. And if it's just a single number, then depending on what this number means, it says something. Like, the square root of whatever this is, there's another, like, whatever, number. And the meaning of that number is like a word that we use, humans, if you would say this out loud. It's just the information of that word. It's kind of weird. Can we get to this other side though? Oh, okay. There's no glass in here. That makes it simple. The geth troopers are definitely my enemies, I presume. The thing is, I cannot use medkits, not really. I just get this thing. Maybe I can talk to the geth. Either this or I have to detonate the hub there, but I don't want to. That's the way forward. Ooh-ha. What just happened? That's cheating. Alright, got it. So you are maybe supposed to make this go. Doesn't work. Okay, so if you use this from the start, you can probably deal a bit more damage to the geth group as a whole. Definitely a good idea. Okay, make stop. The question is, what needs to stop? Is it the connection with a geth, or is it something else? The VI connection. Like an umbilical cord. Very interesting. So that one goes up, down, and... Interesting. Let's get a little bit further back. Oh, okay. So it's some kind of combat drone. Very interesting. That combat drone playstyle is also very cool, if you think about it. The engineer playstyle pretty decent, with the whole sniper capabilities. Definitely nice. Or can they? I don't know if they can use snipers, but I think so. Infiltrators are somewhat technical. So what we got here though? Nothing to interact with. Elevator controls, yes. Okay, good question. Where do we have to go? This way. So, where the pile down? No, I get it. You can call the elevator.
Warning. Elevator exceeds maximum weight capacity.
That doesn't look too good. Okay, done and done. I'm just face tanking those rockets because I can. Okay. That was free. Are there any other objects around that I just missed? Look at that. There was a hologram of a... That's the Normandy. Okay, that's kind of creepy. Is it hacking the Normandy now? Ooh, green.
Square root of 906.01 is 30.1. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2.
We're ready. Open a connection to the geth network. No! Tell the geth to stand down! Quiet, basement, get stopped!
Is there a system that we have to... That one. Bollocks. I think I have to do this again. Yeah, do it.
Pull the plug! Tell Vulcan Station to cut all power!
It's too late. We've lost control.
There may even be, yeah, additional geth. What is this? Running out of rockets now. Okay, so if you destroy it, the geth also disappears. Alright. That's number one. That's probably number two. Okay, this is absolutely creepy.
Quiet. Please, make it stop.
begging you. Don't do anything rash.
Okay. You definitely lied.
You told me that David volunteered.
By necessity. If I told you the truth, you would have shut me down and not him. It's not like I planned this. It was an accident. Seeing David communicate with the geth, it all seemed harmless.
That's not what I saw. Yeah, until people started dying. I don't know which one of those actually makes most sense, but...
I saw his memory. He begged you not to do this.
I was desperate. The elusive man doesn't broker failure. Any war we fight with the geth will be bloody. I was asked to find a way to avoid that.
And at what cost?
Who gave you the right to play God?
People who are too afraid to make difficult decisions themselves. When they pray for a miracle, they're really praying for men like me to make the tough choices. If my work spares 1 million mothers mourning the loss of 1 million sons, my conscience will rest easy.
You made him definitely suffer.
Look at him. Your brother will never be the same.
The damage may not be permanent. He might recover some semblance of his mind.
Cerberus will never leave him alone. Your brother will always be a lab rat.
But a well cared for lab rat. At least he'd still be alive.
Right. That's definitely not what we want here. That's not cool.
So you'll sacrifice your brother's happiness for your own ambition.
Square root of 906.01 equals
30.1. What I've done to David is unethical. If he dies, it's unforgivable. Let me take care of him. Please.
quiet. Please make it stop.
The project needs him. Well, the project, yes, but...
I've seen enough of your cruelty to know he'll never be free from it here. I'm taking him away.
No, leave him! He's too valuable!
You even think about coming after
no.
your brother, and this bullet will be waiting for you. Then we'll see who's valuable.
Where will you take him?
Grissom Academy. They can help special cases like David, minus the torture. Joker, contact the Academy and let them know we've got someone who needs their help.
Aye, aye, Commander.
The elusive man can fire me if he doesn't like it.
Square root of 912.04 is 30.2. It all seemed harmless. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2. It all seemed harmless. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2. It all seemed harmless.
Wow. Was that even the right choice? I don't know. The rogue VI was successfully shut down, but the test subject was taken to a non-Cerberus facility for care. While this is a considerable setback for Cerberus, Dr. Archer's research will be instrumental in devising a safer approach to controlling the geth. Experience 250, use the research, that's the heavy skin thing that we got. A little bit of bonus health, nice. Decent amount of credits, sure. Oh boy. Oh. And?
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
I expected as much. So, we got some untitled thing from Error, invalid sender name. Hey Shepard, heard I have you to thank for getting out of purgatory. Sent a ship to round me up, but they didn't weapons check good enough. I'm gonna carve your name instead of mine into my next victim as thanks. Got anyone you'd need dead? You did take a shot at me though, on my way out, so I have to kill you. You know how it goes. Dad told me that you let anybody hurt you, they get ideas. So you make sure to send a message, not like I'm sending now though. See you around. The people who live here are coming back, and it's showtime. Look around for your name and make sure you find it before I find you, Billy. Oh boy. Purgatory was the other thingy. Billy. Was this the one that got beaten up, or was this the one to the left of it? Oh boy. The thing is, no matter what choice you make, it is somewhat strange. And I actually want to know what happens if you let the brother be with him at least. I mean, it is... I mean, what we did right there, right, was... It also wasn't a good choice, to be honest. Like, what we did is we decided for the guy, right, for David, without considering their will, at least. Not well-being, but will, what they want. Maybe he would still have wanted to be with his brother even after the whole thing. It's just that his treatment would have been a little better. I actually want to know what the other solution might have been. I want to open up the wiki. Alright. Let's see. Dr. Archer's brother. I understand you've taken Dr. Archer's brother to Grissom Academy. I'm familiar with their work. It should be a good home for him. I don't condone Dr. Archer's actions, but they did provide a breakthrough. We've been solely lacking thus far. We'll likely never find another individual with David's unique talent. Though your decision is understandable, it has set our efforts to understand the geth back several years. Oh boy. Definitely not helpful. Definitely not. Yeah, let me just look this up real quick. What would happen if... Let me to David. So, David Archer... What about the choices? Whoa. Okay. So, let's not spoil too much, but the outcome of our actions actually end up good. But in this case, it's basically just a lucky accident because the writers of the story decided so. It still doesn't quite feel right. No matter how you choose, imposing one's will upon other people is always a bad thing. It's weird. Okay, let's see. Does Kelly have anything to say, though?
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Alright.
It's always nice chatting with you.
So, that was a side mission, and no one actually wants to say anything. Does Morden have to say anything about the VI?
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Later, updating crew dental records. All Cerberus personnel have cyanide capsules in molars. Primitive. Ocular nerve flashbangs harder to disarm. Anything else?
I'll let you work.
We'll be here if you need me.
Well, that's just great. So, let's see. We got the heavy skin weave for very little palladium. Very nice. Let's get this one. Strong synthetic fibers can be woven through the skin. Whoa. Dramatically reducing damage taken from most attacks. These fibers also act as a medigel conduit, improving healing. Through the skin. Ugh. But again, upgrades, people. Upgrades. Next one is heavy bone weave. Yeah, sure. We become more cyborg, if anything. 50% less damage for melee attacks. Oh! Less melee attack damage is actually a good choice. What about... Okay. No weapon upgrades, though. That's the only thing we got so far. Alright. At least it's a somewhat decent choice.
No messages for you, Commander.
Thank you, Kelly. But does Joker actually have to say anything? Like, the previous mission was something AI related. In this case, you could also say a technological intelligence, right? Instead, because if it's artificial or not, it has, like, there's biological intelligence.
You working for the bad guys?
Oh, he's talking to me. All right. Are you talking to me?
Commander.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Quiet enough. What the...
Trouble?
No, it's nothing. Son of a... Very funny, Edie. Real original. Stop it.
You did insist on manual control, Mr. Moreau.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
Right.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Manual control. Yeah, the question is who's controlling the manual, right?
Yes, Shepard.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
It's like someone doing some experiments on a little lab rat over here. The lab rat is Joker. Poor fellow. Alrighty. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, we have that mission done for, and then we can explore a completely different environment in the next episode. So, and that means we can read up a little bit on the codexes. Let's see, more technology. Oh yeah. Communications. Real-time communication is possible thanks to networks of expensive mass relay convoys that can daisy-chain a transmission via lasers. Convoys are maintained in patterns built outward from each mass relay. The buoys are little more than a cluster of primitive miniature mass relays. Each individual buoy is connected to a partner on another buoy in the network, forming a corridor of low mass space. Tight beam communication lasers are piped through these tubes of FTL space, allowing virtually instantaneous communication to anywhere on the network. The networks connect across regions by communications lasers through the mass relays. With this system, the only communication delays the light lag between the sources or destinations and the closest buoy, as long as all partners remain within half a light seconds or 150,000 kilometers of buoys. Seamless real-time communications are possible. Since buoys are maintained in all traveled areas, most enjoy unlimited instant communication. Ships only suffer communications lag when operating off established deep space routes around uninhabited outer system gas giants and other unsettled areas. During wartime, convoys networks are the first targets of attack. Once the network is severed, it can take anywhere from weeks to years to get a message out of a contested system. In systems where the buoy's network has not yet been built or has been destroyed, rapid communications means ferrying information through high-speed courier ships and unmanned data drones. That can take ages. Communications Administration. While convoys allow rapid transmission, there is a finite amount of bandwidth available. Given that trillions of people may be trying to pass a mass message through a given buoy at any one time, access to the network is parceled out on priority tiers. The Citadel Council and the Spectres have absolute priority. If they are using all the bandwidth, everyone else has to wait. Individual governments and their militaries enjoy the next highest tier. During wartime, civilian communications can suffer hours or even days of lag. Intelligence agencies study ping time through various systems to predict military buildup. Below the governments and military militaries, bandwidth priority is sold to the highest bidder. Media and conglomerates, particularly headline news networks, purchase higher priority to provide their viewers with timely information. Corporations that require timely information and response capability, for example financial institutions and investment firms, also invest heavily in priority access. The funds acquired through sales of bandwidth are used to maintain and expand the communications infrastructure. While everyone with a computer has guaranteed free and unlimited access to the galactic extranet, they are last in line for bandwidth and may have to wait for their requests to be processed. Bandwidth resale corporations use investment capital to purchase blocks of high priority access made available by paid subscriptions. So kind of like cell phone stuff in a way, just in space. But yeah, in this case, the thing is that you are actually buying priority, right? You're not buying high speed, you're buying priority, which is actually a very interesting way of thinking about it. Like the internet is fast enough that if it works, it works pretty fast, right? But in this case, what would be the better way of selling that? Because in both cases, it uses up energy to be used. And then if there are an awful lot of people just being in front of you and you have to wait, then it doesn't really matter. So what would be the fairest system? And also, they say that the buoys are somewhat limited if you use them in space and whatnot. So how to solve that issue? Just build more of those comboys. And the whole system would be easier. So instead of one buoy at one relay that connects with another buoy at another relay, you have like thousands of those buoys connecting with thousands of other buoys. And then they can like cross-link together in order to find like a parallel bandwidth and whatnot. That would actually be a really good strategy. Just build more. That's the idea. So much so that it becomes extremely cheap. And the idea of priority access becomes pretty much laughable. Yeah, this is basically it. Like you want to provide so much stuff that the incentive to make profit with it goes down to almost zero, or at least to the amount of cost. Yeah, that's basically it. In the end, everything goes down to cost. Almost no profit. Alright, so next one, communications methodology. As the population of the galaxy increases and new worlds are settled, timely access for home users and frontier settlements with underdeveloped communication infrastructures is a growing problem. To ameliorate bandwidth issues, a sophisticated array of data caches and virtual intelligences search agent programs are available. When a user submits a query, it is first routed to the data cache on their colony or star system. At the cache, the user's search agent VI collates mountains of vocally stored data to find the desired material. If the information is not available locally, the query is passed along to neighboring systems and then outward in an expanding network. VI search agents in those systems replicate the search. If the desired information is found, it is compressed into a burst file and queued for transmission to the source system. The burst is assigned a priority based on the number of queries for it. The greater the number of queries, the higher the priority. When a new solar system is first connected to the net, a selection of the most popular data is installed locally. Though storage hardware is cheap, the capacity required to hold all the data produced every day by trillions of people on hundreds of worlds is not trivial. It's not economical to store local copies of all the data, all on obscure topics, just in case. As colonies mature, older and less popular chunks of data filter into them as a result of queries and are placed into the local archive. Searches for obscure topics are increasingly likely to produce instant results as the archive grows. So that's basically it though. It's kind of a simple explanation of how the internet works. You have servers, there's stuff on it, and if it's available on the server can deliver it, or at least prepare sending of information. But yeah, it's basically how the internet works in a way. It's quite interesting. Like, for example, YouTube as well, or any other social media site. Because there are so many people trying to interact with so many different things, and sometimes there's stuff that is accessed very often, and sometimes there's stuff that's accessed very little. And in this case, what you want to provide is the thing that gets accessed the most, where it is needed, and maybe somewhere where it might be needed, and the rest just gets put in there, yeah, when the time comes, basically. Very interesting. Alright, so let's end this episode and continue, of course, with a little bit of exploration of the galaxy in the next one. Like and subscribe, and ta-ta!